All right, thanks, Jim. Well, last night we heard from one half of a Fox Face-Off team as Nelda Blair talked about civil rights progress of the last 50 years. Tonight, defense attorney Jolanda Jones has her say.
This country recently celebrated the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom and Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. Although changes have been made, much has stayed the same. Take segregation. Legally, now we can walk in the front door, eat in restaurants, and drink from the same fountains. However, segregation by application is the word of the day. Blacks and minorities are segregated in earnings, education, access to health care, opportunity, and so on. Take the criminal injustice system. 50 years ago, blacks were afraid of profiling, being judged not by your peers, but by juries stacked with white people, police brutality, and lynching. Today, with the exception of lynching, the same problems exist. Blacks and minorities are overwhelmingly judged by people who have no shared life experiences. That's why I was forced to give my son the speech that he would one day be profiled, and when that day happened, the tools necessary to hopefully make it home alive and safe. He balked at my warning and said that racism didn't exist anymore. That was until the day that he and his classmate, both honors graduates who'd earned scholarships to college, were coming home after a long, hard day at work and were profiled by an HPD officer who drew his gun on them because he presumed they must be breaking into my car, for which my son had a key. My son now feels just as the black men and boys did 50 years ago who were afraid of the police, and with good reason. I feel just as mothers, wives, and daughters did years ago, hoping for the safe return of those we love so dearly. 50 years later, we're still fighting. We continue to be the underclass. 50 years later, we continue to strive for equality. Still, jobs and freedom are elusive. Eventually, although I don't believe it will happen in my lifetime, we shall overcome someday. One day, we'll be able to lift every voice and sing with the harmony of liberty and justice for all.
Well, now you've heard what both Blair and Jones have to say. Let us hear from you. Tweet your reactions with the hashtag Fox26 for life.